Welcome to the Deep Chroma podcast, where Matt is going to teach you how to color grade quickly.
We're teaching you how to drill deep into your log files that are mad flat.
Boom.
Get the most color out of them.
Dropping bars. All right. So I'll tell them all about this clip. Dorian and I chased Missouri on a local chase. It wasn't supposed to be anything cool. I was wearing Meta Oakley sunglasses. Dorian was on the 72 Atlas anamorphic with the red Komodo X. This is the clip. I already kind of added crappy color to it. So Matt is going to season the meat. Chef is in the kitchen, and he's putting the seasoning in
The Malden salt,
the Malden salt.
the lime, the dill, the cilantro, the onion, the garlic, the heavy cream.
The creme. So let's remove my terrible coloring.
So are we gonna give away the secret sauce, or are they just here for the vibes?
Give the sauce.
It's
Give a little sauce. We need.
it's literally actually it's very not secret at all. It's like if you just search on YouTube, how do I create in Premiere? This would be like the most basic thing possible. So also the thing about us is like I love our grading. I think it's super cool. I think it's part of our vibe. And I just literally do the same thing for everything ever. Like we had one LUT that we used. We used like the Kodak 30 something stock LUT for everything from like 2017 to like 2020. And then we got a Gemini, like a red Gemini. And then Deep Chroma was just kind of like, I just feel like it was the most aggressive, like fun LUT. And so I feel like I used that on the first couple things we did. And then from there on, it's like we only use that for everything. So we just use one LUT for everything, which is probably like a real color grader's nightmare. But to me, it's like I feel like it's our voice and our so we're not like the great like I don't know, we're not like the legit grading school here, right? Like this is just our thing
Yeah,
that we do that we love and we're proud of.
this is the run
Uh
and gun grading class. It's how we've always done it. We've stuck to our guns, and
yeah.
we have got lots of compliments on our color grading. I remember like some big wigs would be like, "We love your color grading. How much does that cost?" And we're like, "We just color graded ourselves."
It's gonna be $10 million. Start fresh. So you just make 4 adjustment layers. The top one should be corrective. So I'll go low contrast, high size. No, I'm gonna go medium. That wasn't enough juice. Okay, so that's how we start. The next layer here, it'll be like minor color adjustments that we can do later. And it's important that it goes in that order. Supposedly, this is what some YouTuber taught me 5 years ago, but it's worked out for us. So, and then this one is your creative LUT. So that's where you get like a vibe going. And these are the creative LUTs from Red. So there's all kinds of flavors here that I never mess with,
We never use
but
any of them.
they're
Although
they're very cool. And you
Chromatic
should
is
find
decent.
Chromatic is like a diet deep chroma. So like it's like I'm sure the Chromatic podcast will be out there. It won't be as aggressive as this one.
Deep chroma
We
is
want
you're all in. You're all
so I'm gonna
in.
skip. You're all in. So like here's flash, like here's fluorized, but I'm like we want to go deep chroma, and you'll see why. Because bam, you see that aggressive,
Look at
so
that.
aggressive.
Just render it,
It
and you're
just
good. Just kidding.
it just it just murdered our image because it was so mean. So all right,
Look
so you
at
put
those
that on there.
Lumetri scopes. How low they are.
So we like, you put the deep chroma on there, and it's basically now it's deep fried. Like it's just that straight up, some nasty like canola oil. It's like no avocado or oil, just gross. And that's what you want. And then this is you just bringing that turkey out of the oil.
Just a little.
Just don't start a fire
Are
now.
you
It's
basing
Thanksgiving.
it? Are you just basing it, or we're taking it out of the deep fryer?
It was in
Okay.
the deep fryer. Now we're taking it out, and we're gonna see this golden crispy bird here that we love. And yeah, so that's now we kind of got like a basis for what we're doing. So this bottom one here, it's all the adjustments like temperature. Um, see, that's kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
it looks kind of cool, warm.
And what
Um,
I feel like the deep chroma like is super cold and dark when you add it, and you always have
yeah,
to pump the temperature.
yeah, it makes it very. That's also like a very classic cinematic colors scheme is like orange and teal because in like cinema they always kind of um, you do these kind of things in grading and other tricks to where the skin tones are warm and then the background is cold, and that way the characters pop off the screen. So this kind of lends itself towards that. So, and then I can go in here and control how much of that deep chroma we want. So, um, I feel like the like if it's in inanimate objects or metals or like different shots, usually I can pump way more into it. But the more kind of organic things like people and whatnot, you don't want to use too much chroma. It's kind of like pushing the to me, it's like pushing the image as far as you can before it breaks down and looks
Yeah.
inauthentic.
Like you, at the end of the
So,
clip, you could see, I think, me in the shot, which you could see the difference of.
oh yeah,
Look
there we
at
go,
those. Meta Oakley. Actually,
dude.
super cinematic, kind of a vibe.
That's a hero right
A
there.
lot of dust in my eyes because I popped the
So the
lenses out of them so that I can actually see. And they're not
oh,
sunglasses.
but then it has a
Totally.
camera on them.
Yeah.
So the problem with deep chroma, or like what's great about it, is it introduces all this vibe and character that we love. But the more character you introduce, you start losing detail. So I like to pump the deep chroma up on this layer here, and then come down to the bottom layer and fix everything to like bring the clarity back. So generally that means bringing the shadows way up. But then when you bring up the shadows, it raises the exposure. So then you bring the exposure down. And I want to make sure my black here. So on the screen over here, you can see like 0 is pure black, 100 is pure white. And you want the majority of your image to rest between those things. I think a lot of more like maybe some like cinema vibe type people would claim that they don't want the blacks crushed, like they don't want them all the way down there, which is kind of like its own aesthetic. I kind of don't mind them being like a little further down there. I think it makes more contrast. Um,
You just made me realize the one step I always tend to miss, which is the blacks. And
oh, really?
I'd never really tweak it, and then I'm always like, why is this off? And then I'm like,
Yeah,
I
because
just
if
realized
if the
right now.
black, yeah, because if the black is like if you crush it at all, then it just looks cheap and broken. Like now your image looks like plastic,
Yeah.
and that's not. There's not a big difference between like that and like there isn't a big difference, but there is a huge difference. So this feels like organic, beautiful, expensive, cinematic, and then this feels like I shot it on like a bad camera.
Instagram filter.
Um, yeah, so it's weird how that little subtle difference is like everything, but our I don't know, I think our eyes are really sensitive to those really dark parts of the image. So, but then the shadows, like I'm mainly kind of looking at your beard here, like with the. I feel like if I could see some detail in there, like that's what my eyes like. Oh, I don't want that to just be this perfectly black block of stuff. Um, so yeah, and then maybe I'll bring the highlights down. So now we can so now I can see all the clarity. So it's like we introduce deep chroma, it brings up all the vibe, but we lose all the clarity. And now I make all these adjustments to bring all the clarity back. And now that I have clarity back, now once again I've lost a little contrast that the deep chroma had. So now I just come to the little contrast button, maybe bring a little back, kind of find a sweet spot. And then I also love a vignette, just like a little dollop of vignette because it directs your eyes.
Little dollop.
Uh, but like a little goes a long way. So I don't even know. Maybe that's too much. Like maybe we were kind of already good to begin with.
I like it.
Um,
It adds a vibe. I think it's just
you
like
like a dollop?
yeah, in the edit though, you just have to make sure that the vignette is the same on all clips or it is absolutely destroys the
Yeah,
edit.
yeah, yeah.
Boom.
So I mean, this is pretty good for this section here. Um, But then, yeah, I don't know for the dust part, maybe we go back to like, so I'm just gonna reset that. Oh, but I like the, whoops, I want to
Coconut.
keep that warmth, so I'm just gonna reset these.
Boom. Boom.
And now, I don't know, like when I bring the highlights down, I can see the dusts better, but now our image is a little darker, so maybe
Just,
um,
just keep
the
tweaking.
blacks. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, something. Okay, so now here's an example of like our third layer here is where you can make like more fine-tuned adjustments. So you can do something like this, go and do HSL secondary, which means hue, saturation, and luma, which is like hue is your color, saturation is how much color is in your color, and luma is just brightness or darkness. Um, so what I could do is this whole cloud is kind of yellow, so maybe I'll just select yellow and see what that picks up. And I kind of like picked up the cloud, and I can adjust hue here to incorporate more on the color wheel, like these greens and whatnot, and then kind of fine tune it with this thing. And I could do the same with saturation luma if I wanted. But yeah, and when I click this thing, it shows me what I'm actually highlighting. So that's so right now it's selecting for that all that yellow cloud. And then also, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm just kind of experimenting. And then denoise and blur, that's just going to make a more smoothed out selection. So now I got the area set that I want. And then now just that area, I could like brighten or darken. Or you could make it like a pink cloud if you really wanted, or a green cloud or whatever. And or I could like pump up I can make, oh, like that's kind of sick,
That's
like
vibe.
even warmer now. And then I could go back into my background here and then make that like cool that down around it and then go back here and then warm up the cloud again. And now I'm like, that's kind of crazy. Like now, and I guess in this specific case, like it's kind of a lot to put an image through. It's not like the most natural thing, but in this case, I think it helps the story because the story is the dust in this particular case, and now the dust is very, very clear. It's probably how Steven saw it with his eyes now, closer to that,
Yes.
how he experienced that.
I'm
Um,
taken aback. I'm back there right now. And so like that's a good render. It's more cinematic, vibey. And then this is in 6K right now, so that's why it's like a little noisy. Then show them one little more tidbit of a portrait. The way you select the skin tone and then the backdrop you tweak like that
yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah.
Cuz
So
that
for
one to
like
me is like
this,
absolutely golden if you want rad portraits.
yeah, that's funny. Like the other adjustment kind of.
Fixed it.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll start from where we were,
Yeah.
which is like here. So yeah, for this, so now my HSL secondary, this third layer here, which is like the minor adjustments, a very common thing to do to help the people in your stories, the heroes, be even more front and center, more of a focal point, contrast with the world around them, so you can clearly see them. Is now we can, let's see, we can, so like you can select colors like red or yellow, green, blue, teal, magenta, or you can take this picker right here and you can select like the skin tone of a face like that. And then I click my color gray box, and now I can see that it's like kind of selected Steven's face, and I can move this around the hue, and
And
I'm gonna try and like make it so where it's selecting more of his skin rather than the background, um, which I think it's pretty much there. Maybe it's oh yeah, maybe like this. Do we have a new guest on the pod?
we have a new two guests. We have Dash and Marvel. Yeah, I know.
Some guests.
So we have the guests. And this is always the cue of the 60-second countdown to the end of the Deep Chroma podcast.
All right, we better finish this grade. So I press this
Okay.
button right here and it flips my selection. So now I've selected everything, like most things except for Steven's skin. And then from there, I will denoise and blur it a little bit. And now I can, yeah. So then I would go like the op. So skin is orange. It's like a all skin is basically like a desaturated orange mostly. So I drag it this way into this world over here, and it kind of creates more contrast.
Look at
And
that. Yeah, no. That's like definitely just makes the hero pop more, put some contrast
yeah,
in the back. Skin tone looks good. You can hear Dash playing the drums. That's the quick Deep Chroma podcast.
so everything you need to know.
Let us
Signing off.
know in the comments what other tips and tricks you need. Smash that subscribe button.
Don't forget.
Deep Chroma podcast. Say hi to the people. Say peace out. Like and subscribe. All right. Boom.